Investigation Commission on Enforced Disappearance submits second interim report to Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus. Over 300 victims of enforced disappearance still missing, says Chief Advisor's Press Secretary Shafiqul Alam. Different newspapers including Shamukal, Jugantor and Ittefaq have published fake news titled Freedom Fighter Certificate of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and hundreds of freedom fighters have been cancelled, says Deputy Press Secretary Azad Mujumdar. Rushed towards ancestral home to celebrate Eid with near and dear ones. Sacrificial cattle markets have become crowded as Eid al-Adha approaches nearer. Mixed opinion about price. Government working to introduce new curriculum for 2027. There would be newspaper advertisement for appointment of Vice Chancellor, says Education Advisor. Government has announced proposed budget without taking opinion of political parties and common people, alleges BNP. Jamaat-e-Islami to get back its scale symbol, says Election Commission. At least 95 Palestinians killed in Israeli strike. Beat Bhutan by 2-0 in the FIFA International Friendly at the National Stadium today. Assalamu alaikum, this is Saba Saktir Arshi welcoming you to News at 10. You have just heard the headlines, now onto the details. The Commission of Inquiry on Enforced Disappearances has submitted its second interim report to Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus. The commission, led by its chairperson Justice Moinul Islam Chaudhary, submitted the report to the Chief Advisor at the State Guest House, Jamuna today. Among the commission members, human rights activist Noor Khan Litton and Shajjad Hussain and BRAC University teacher Nabila Idris were present. Housing and Public Works Advisor Adilur Rahman Khan, National Security Advisor Dr. Khalilur Rahman and Principal Secretary to the Chief Advisor M. Shirajuddin Mia were also present at the time. After receiving the report, the Chief Advisor said arrangements should be made to publish the report on a website and in book form. There is interest in it not only in Bangladesh but also globally. He said that based on what the Disappearance Commission has found, it should serve as a horror museum. The Chief Advisor instructed the Commission members to urgently identify the actionable recommendations from the report and specify which ministry falls under the jurisdiction of each one, so the government can initiate the tasks promptly. British High Commissioner to Bangladesh Sarah Cook called on Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus today at the State Guest House in Dhaka ahead of his official visit to the United Kingdom. During the meeting, High Commissioner Cook extended her congratulations to Professor Yunus on his forthcoming receipt of the prestigious King Charles Harmony Award. It is a great honor, the Chief Advisor said, referring to the award. Professor Yunus is set to depart Dhaka on June 9 and return on June 13. During the visit, the Chief Advisor is expected to hold meetings with senior British officials. The discussions between the Chief Advisor and the British High Commissioner encompassed a range of mutual interests, including trade and investment, aviation cooperation, migration, and the interim government's efforts in asset recovery. They also discussed the reform initiatives undertaken by the interim government and the latest political developments in Bangladesh. The meeting was also attended by Special Envoy of the Chief Advisor Lutfi Siddiqui, SDG Coordinator Lamia Murshid and Deputy High Commissioner of Britain James Goldman. Later briefing reporters at the Foreign Service Academy, Chief Advisor's Press Secretary Shafiqul Alam said the intelligence wing of Rapid Action Battalion RAB had worked as a killing force in the incidents of enforced disappearances. He informed that more than 300 individuals among the victims of enforced disappearance are still missing.
আজকে মূলত ছিল হলো টর্চার কিভাবে হয় এই ইন্টারিম রিপোর্টে এবং কারা কারা পারপিট্রেটর ছিল। তো সিঙ্গেল বিগেস্ট যেটা ফাইন্ডিং ছিল যে র্যাবের যে ইন্টেলিজেন্স উইং এটা ছিল মেন মানে যে গুম হয়েছে যারা তার মেন কালপ্রিট বা দ্য কিলার ফোর্স ওনারা বলছেন এটা হচ্ছে র্যাবের ইন্টেলিজেন্স উইং। তারা এই কাজটা সবচেয়ে বেশি ইনভলভ ছিল। এর আগে আপনারা জানতেন যে 1770টার মতো কমপ্লেইন ছিল। আজকের মিটিংয়ে বলা হয় যে এটা 1837টা বা 50-এর মতো হবে এবং গতকাল পর্যন্ত তারা প্রায় নতুন কেস পাচ্ছেন। এটা নতুন কেস আসছে, এটা এমন না যে বন্ধ হয়ে গেছে। তার মধ্যে 1350টি কেস স্ক্রুটিনাইজ করা হয়েছে। যারা মিসিং হয়েছেন 300 জন, তারা কোথায় আছেন? তারা কি জীবিত আছেন না মৃত হয়েছেন? প্রফেসর ইউনুস বলেছেন, সবাইকে বলেছেন যে এই ট্রুথটা সবাইকে জানাতে, কি ঘটনাগুলো ঘটেছে এটা বাংলাদেশের সবার জন্য জানা উচিত এবং গুম সংক্রান্ত কমিশন এই বিষয়ে আরো সবার এই যতগুলো রিপোর্ট আছে সেগুলো দিবেন।
The press secretary said the chief advisor will visit London from June 9 to 13. During the visit, chief advisor to be honored with prestigious King Charles Harmony Award, the press secretary added.
সাথে দেখা করতে প্রফেসর ইউনুস আপনি জানেন 9 থেকে 13 তারিখ ইউকে ভিজিটে যাচ্ছেন। সেখানে দি কিং চার্লস দ্য থার্ড হারমোনি অ্যাওয়ার্ড উনি পাবেন। এটা খুবই প্রেস্টিজিয়াস একটা অ্যাওয়ার্ড, সেখানে উনি পাবেন এবং আজকে মিটিংয়ে জানানো হয় যে কিংস চার্লসের সাথে আমাদের চিফ অ্যাডভাইজার একটা মিটিং হবে। বাংলাদেশের থেকে আমরা যেগুলো ইম্পর্টেন্ট ইস্যু সবগুলোই তোলা হবে এই মিটিংগুলোতে।
During the briefing, Deputy Press Secretary Azad Mujumdar said the news of the cancellation of the certificates of more than 100 freedom fighters, including Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, in several newspapers, including Shomokal, Jugantor and Ittefaq, is completely baseless, false and misleading. He said the government will take necessary action against those who publish false news in the future.
আজকে আপনারা দেখেছেন যে সমকাল, যুগান্তর, ইত্তেফাক সহ বেশ কয়েকটা সংবাদপত্রে এবং সংবাদ মাধ্যমে একটা সংবাদ প্রকাশিত হয়েছে যেখানে বলা হয়েছে মুজিবনগর সরকারের রাষ্ট্রপতি শেখ মুজিবুর রহমান, অস্থায়ী রাষ্ট্রপতি সৈয়দ নজরুল ইসলাম, প্রধানমন্ত্রী তাজউদ্দিন আহমেদ এবং দুই মন্ত্রী ক্যাপ্টেন মনসুর আলী ও এইচ.এম. কামরুজ্জামান সহ শতাধিক নেতার মুক্তিযুদ্ধের স্বীকৃতি বাতিল করা হয়েছে। এই খবরটি সম্পূর্ণ মিথ্যা, ভুয়া, ভিত্তিহীন এবং বিভ্রান্তিকর। এ বিষয়ে যেসব সংবাদ মাধ্যম ভুল বিভ্রান্তিকর সংবাদ প্রকাশ করেছেন আমরা আশা করব তারা তাদের ভুলটা সংশোধন করবেন। ঠিক যেখানে তারা ভুল সংবাদটি ছাপিয়েছেন ঠিক একই জায়গায় তারা তাদের সংশোধনী প্রকাশ করে তারা তাদের পাঠকদের কাছে দুঃখ প্রকাশ করবেন এবং আমাদের বাংলাদেশের মানুষ যাদেরকে তারা বিভ্রান্ত করেছেন এই ভুল সংবাদ দিয়ে তাদের কাছেও দুঃখ প্রকাশ করবেন।
Chief Advisor Professor Dr. Mohammed Yunus will pay a 4-day bilateral official visit to the United Kingdom from June 10 to 13. Acting Foreign Secretary Ruhul Alam Siddiq informed this at a briefing on the London visit of the Chief Advisor. During the visit, the Chief Advisor will seek special trade benefits as well as returning the smuggled money. Besides, he will also seek fundraising on Rohingya issues and seek support of United Kingdom for their repatriation. During the visit, the Chief Advisor will receive the prestigious King Charles Harmony Award 2025 of Britain. He will also meet King Charles III at Buckingham Palace. Liberation War Affairs Advisor Faruqi Azam today said the reports of rescinding recognition of freedom fighter status of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and other leaders as Mujibnagar government are not true. Some newspapers report on revoking the recognition of freedom fighters of more than 100 leaders, including Mujibnagar government's president Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, Acting President Syed Nazrul Islam, Prime Minister Tajuddin Ahmed and Ministers Mansur Ali and AHM Kamruzaman is untrue, he said at the Secretariat. Earlier, several newspapers including Shomokal, Jugantor, Ittefaq and Kaler Konto ran misleading news claiming that the recognition of freedom fighters of the President and Prime Minister of the Mujibnagar government and over 100 of leaders has been revoked. Those who fought in the liberation war with arms and those who conducted it were freedom fighters, the advisors said, adding that, however, the officials and employees of the Mujibnagar government are associate freedom fighters. The main ritual of the Holy Hajj has begun today as pilgrims set off for Mina. According to ritual, pilgrims don the ihram Port Joydepur and other junctions and stations to prevent rooftop travel. Railway authorities have stated that no matter how high the passenger pressure gets, traveling on train rooftops or engines will not be allowed this year. These special teams are operating not only at Kamalapur but also at other stations to strictly prevent rooftop travel. City residents have begun leaving the capital by road to celebrate Eid with their loved ones. Despite the increase in passenger numbers, no one is facing major difficulties thanks to the addition of more buses. Public transport is operating at government fixed fares and special booths have been set up at each terminal to monitor ticket prices. Passengers express satisfaction as they're not being charged extra during the Eid journey. Meanwhile, in response to the rising passenger pressure, transport authorities have added extra buses. Security has also been tightened at all terminals to ensure a safe and smooth Eid travel experience. Dhaka's cattle markets get momentum ahead of Eid ul-Adha. Traders have brought cows, goats and other sacrificial animals in the capital from various parts of the country. Buyers are gathering to the cattle markets to purchase their preferred animals for sacrifice on Eid day. Merul Badda cattle market in the capital is one of the 11 authorized markets under Dhaka North City Corporation. As no markets have been set up this time in Aftabnagar and Meradia, buyers are crowding into this medium-sized market. Traders are optimistic about this year's cattle business. They have already started selling their sacrificial animals. Although it's a newly set up market, the organizers are satisfied with the turnout of buyers. A team from the Department of Livestock is actively working at the market. A similar scene is observed at the Shahjahanpur Rail Colony Maitri Shongha Field Market under Dhaka South City Corporation. Cows, goats and sheep have been brought at this cattle market from many regions including Jamalpur, Netrakona, Notor, Chenaidaho, Gaibandha, Tangail, Joshore, Sherpur, Chuadanga, Moymansingh, Manikganj, Kumilla and Jaipurhat. However, there are mixed reaction about the price of the sacrificial animals. Meanwhile, special security measures have been taken at all cattle markets in the capital. The government is working to introduce new curriculum in 2027. Education advisor Ziyar Abrar said the ministry is working to create foundations for standard curriculum to face the emerging challenges. The advisor was exchanging opinion with a group of journalists on forthcoming HSC exam 2025 and other issues relating to Education Ministry at Secretariat in Dhaka today. Dr. Abrar said there is a search committee comprising UGC representatives and distinguished professors to select vice chancellors of different universities. New vice chancellors will get appointment on the basis of merit and competition. He said from July onwards, college teachers would be transferred via online system. Dr. Abrar said zero tolerance policy will be adopted in case of any future reported corruption. Finance advisor Dr. Saleuddin Ahmed said that the proposed budget for the next fiscal year will be passed on to the 22nd of June. He made this statement while speaking to journalists today at the Secretariat after a meeting of the Government Procurement Advisory Council Committee. The finance advisor said that the country is heading into an extended holiday starting tomorrow due to Eid al-Adha. However, he assured that despite the long holiday, there will be no impact on the country's economy. Regarding reactions to the budget, the advisor said that feedback and comments on the budget will be reviewed after Eid. The Election Commission has decided to return the registration of Bangladesh Jamaat-e-Islami with Daripallah symbol. Election Commissioner Abul Fazl Mohammad Sanaullah made the disclosure to newsmen in the capital this afternoon. According to the RPO, if a symbol is provided to a specific political party, that symbol is reserved for the party. As a result, the party will be registered with that particular symbol. Replying to another query of the newsman, Election Commissioner Abul Fazl Mohammad Sanaullah said that the Election Commission is seriously considering the observations of the Appellate Division regarding the Dhaka South City Corporation elections.
পানির অপর নাম জীবন। আমাদের দেশে কৃষি, বিশেষ করে ধান চাষে, শিল্প কলকারখানায়, গৃহস্থালী সহ নানান কাজে পানির সুষ্ঠু ব্যবহারের অভাবে আমরা প্রচুর পানি অপচয় করে থাকি। ভূগর্ভস্থ পানির এরকম ব্যবহারের ফলে আমাদের পানির স্তর ক্রমান্বয়ে নিচে নেমে যাচ্ছে।